Represent your shit. Need a horn and a drum roll. Turn up, yeah! I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I was in the game on 4th and inches.
Now it's time to go to work.
Represent your shit. Need a horn and a drum roll. Turn up, yeah! I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I was in the game on 4th and inches.
Now it's time to go to work.
Represent your shit. Need a horn and a drum roll. Turn up, yeah! I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I was in the game on 4th and inches.
Now it's time to go to work.
Represent your shit. Need a horn and a drum roll. Turn up, yeah! I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I was in the game on 4th and inches.
Now it's time to go to work.
that sat on them benches. I never talked to them boys that sat on them benches. I was in the game on 4th and inches.
Now it's time to go to work.
Haven't done this in a while, so I figured why not? Some Knowles after dark, baby. What's going on, everybody? T2Y was supposed to come on here, but he decided not to. The Canes barely escaped the jaws of defeat, so he didn't want to come on because Zoe is live, and I'll be on here tonight. Don't know how long. I ain't done this in a while, so I figured why not? Why not come on here tonight? Got a game tomorrow. Chop it up a little bit and go on about our business. I ain't got nothing else to do tonight. I don't know about y'all. So what's good, everybody who's here? Hopefully more people tune in. But as always, you on 863 Seminole TV. I'm your host, Polk, a.k.a. AloMoney, a.k.a. the goddamn truth. It's Friday night and we chilling. What's going on, Bobby? Don't know who Henry talking to. So we'll disregard that. What up, Kendrick? What up, Skyline? And I hope everybody is having a great Friday night. Let me know what you're drinking, if you're drinking anything in the chat. And yeah, man. Florida State versus the Pitt Panthers. If you watched me on Tuesday, you know I picked us to lose that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Still don't have a lot of confidence, but maybe this team will prove me wrong. For once this, well, actually, they've proved me wrong a lot this year. I think I've picked them to win every game this year, even going against my better judgment. Bobby said he on his E and J, that Erkinger. I can't do it, Bobby. I can't do it. Kendrick has no confidence. Don't be busting at him, boy. What's up? Skyline has no confidence. He thinks we lose too. So everybody thinking tomorrow gonna be a L. I'll say this. Tomorrow, if tomorrow's an L, I don't know, man, about NC State either, if we just being real. Not from what I saw tonight. NC State put up a lot of yards tonight, man. They had Bailey Hockman looking legit for a little bit there until Bailey Hockman blew the game at the end. We done seen enough. We know what Bailey Hockman really is, so I don't know how they had Bailey Hockman out there looking like a real quarterback. But you know, it is what it is on that end. But yeah, if Pitt can come out there like that if NC State can play like that tonight and we lose to Pitt, I originally thought we could beat NC State, man. I ain't even too sure. I just don't look, guys. I have no faith in the defense, but you guys know that already. Hit the like button. We have a small crowd in here tonight. Look, I had a busy week. That's why I went early on Tuesday. I'm going late here today. Tomorrow will be normal time. My weekends are free. I'm off on my weekends. But man, I had a busy week this week, so I wasn't able to hit my normal times as I usually like to hit. So expect tomorrow night show definitely to be lit and live, as always like we do on a Saturday night. But I'm cool with the small crowd in here tonight. All good vibes. We're gonna try to have some good vibes in here. You guys up late with me, I appreciate it. Bobby says, I believe we'll see a lot of Purdy tomorrow. If we see a lot of Purdy tomorrow, then yeah, we're losing. And that's not a knock on Chuba Purdy. As a matter of fact, Chuba Purdy may definitely be the better quarterback. Definitely has the higher upside, probably, right? I just think if they make that pull, then we're probably down in that game. We're either down or we're up. And again, defensively, I have no choice. I have no faith. So, uh, yeah, if we see a lot of Purdy, that's gonna be. I don't know if that's a good thing. And that, again, that's not a knock. That's just the reality of the situation. And I have no. Again, I got no faith in the defense to stop a nosebleed at this point. Uh, but I don't really know what to take going forward. Keep Jordan in. My whole take on that, Kendrick, is pretty simple. I think if you're trying to win, you keep Travis Jordan in. But this is what I said Tuesday, so I'll reiterate here tonight. If you're able to split these first two games off of the bye week, Pitt and NC State, I think you go with Jordan Travis into that Clemson game and just ride the wave, right? If you drop the first two, why not just play Chuba Purdy the last three games? And yeah, I know. What, you want to throw him in there against Clemson? Yeah, I do. At that point, if you drop Pitt and NC State, what are you playing for? Why not let Chuba Purdy face some real live bullets? That's what Clemson's gonna be. Why not let him have that experience of some real big time game speed, right? And against a big time opponent in a big time game. Now, rankings wise, it won't be a big time game, but that's gonna be the fastest defense Purdy is gonna see. Why not? Why not let him play the last three games? What's gonna hurt? I don't think it's gonna hurt anything. So if you're trying to win, meaning you can somehow manage to win one of these two, or hell, even if you're able to win both of them, you keep playing Jordan Travis as long as you're in these games trying to win them. But if you come 0-2 off the bye week, man, you got to stick. You got to just go with the future. At that point, you should just play for the future. Just my take on that, though. Just my take. But if you in here, again, small crowd tonight, probably won't get too much bigger than this. But if you in here, hit the like button. Again, we just chilling tonight. Knowles After Dark. I have nothing better to do. I'm pretty sure a lot of people was watching this Miami game. They almost lost. I was really going to come on here and talk a whole bunch of trash. I don't get the chance to. So I'm just going to kick it with my fellow Seminoles, and we just going to talk about tomorrow. Are we confident? What do we expect to see tomorrow? All those good things. Kendrick agrees with me. Bobby says, is Terry playing tomorrow? So Terry's listed on the depth chart. I highly doubt we see him. I have no news on that, no nothing. I know he's listed to play, but they've listed Hamza Nasruddin on the depth chart every game this year. Hamza ain't played. Hamza's not even dressed out for a game. So that's some gamesmanship, I think, from the staff. You know, if a team thinks Terry might play, they might game plan for one thing, and we throw a different thing out there. That's all I think it is. Just me personally. I don't expect to see Terry. If Terry plays that quick, I'd have to question what the surgery was even for anyway. If Terry and Hamza plays, it would help tremendously. Hopefully, Travis J is good to go. Travis J is good to go from what I've heard. They did interview Travis J this week, and he says he's good. So I expect to see Travis J, but I do not expect to see Hamza or Terry. First of all, I don't expect to see Hamza at any point this year at all. As for Tamarion Terry, Terry has to ask himself two questions. Is he going pro? And if he is going pro, does does he have enough tape? What boy? Does he have enough tape to warrant a legit first round type grade? I would the latter. No, he doesn't. I'll tell you that off the rip. He does not have enough tape for a first round type grade. I'm about to take that ball from you. Go play. Don't have kids. So yeah. Quite frankly, if I'm Terry and I at the end of the day, I don't know the background Terry comes from. I don't think it's that great. So he might go pro for the money thing. Frankly, Terry needs another year. This year was a messed up year for him, and he needs another year. So, but yeah, I don't expect to see Terry. Did FSU land a commit today? I did not see that. Tevin Strong, how you doing? Nah, man, I didn't see that. If you did see that, you can tell me who. But no, I saw nothing of FSU landing no commitment. There was something that was rumored. I want to say earlier in the week or the end of last week. There was a rumor of a silent commit. There was a rumor of a silent commit at the end of last week. No name was given. Just a lot of people talking about some good news, but no name, and a lot of people are assuming it's a silent commit. I'm not a big fan of silent commits at all. I feel like if you're gonna commit, you come out there and you let everybody know where you're going. A silent commit to me is more of a guy that's like telling the staff one thing, but he not really looking to. So I heard of a rumor of a silent commit, but I don't know who that could be. And I haven't heard anything since. And that was like the end of last week. I want to say that was Saturday night or Sunday night that stuff started circulating. So we'll see what happens going forward. But as far as any 5-star players committing to us, no, I have not heard that at all. Um, Honestly, think everyone should come back, including Wilson and Terry. Uh, Marv should probably dip because his stock has dropped by the. They put it like this: Marvin's already been a 4-year senior. So what is that would make Marvin what? 21, 22 ish. Um, the consensus is you don't necessarily Marvin Wilson. The older he gets, the more his stock is gonna fall. It's my belief. It's kind of like the NFL's belief, right? I don't know if playing for a 5th year helps his stock. I could be wrong. I mean, again, you come out of 5th year and you dominate, but then they're gonna take it as well. You got a 23-year-old playing with a bunch of 20-year-olds, so they'll look at it like that. Terry, on the other hand, that would be his redshirt year, if I'm not mistaken. He will be a redshirt. I think he's a redshirt junior this year, so he'll be a redshirt senior. Similar boat, I guess, but Terry needs it more. I don't expect Marvin Wilson to come back. I get what you're saying when you say he should come back because he has not had a good year at all. I find it hard to see Marvin coming back. Terry needs to come back because what Terry has out there now, unless he goes out there and he blows the door off of the combine, I'm talking, low 4.3 type speed, crazy vertical jump, like DK Metcalf type of, like, unless he's that kind of physical specimen. Yeah, I don't see Tamarion Terry being a 1st or a 2nd round pick. So it's just me. Brandon B, what's up? NC State's defense sucks. It surely does. A shout out to De'Aaron King because he did whatever he wanted to do tonight. How much? What didn't he throw for like 400 and run for like another 100? They couldn't stop Mighty Mouse tonight. This dude was all over the field. Let me check that. I know he threw for he had a against NC State, but he had a big time game. Threw for 430, 5 touchdowns, and ran for 105. The man had 535 total yards and 5 touchdowns. Shout out to De'Aaron King for that alone. I don't care who that's against. That's impressive. But again, NC State defense is garbage. Panama Jack says, Brandon B, that's true. But FSU's defense at this point sucks as well. Hopefully it turns the tide tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see, Panama. Our defense definitely is no better than NC State's. I remember I was watching NC State a little bit tonight, and I'm like, man, that defense looks vaguely familiar. Brother Brooklyn, what's popping? Terry definitely needs more film. Bro, I didn't realize he was so short. Man, De'Aaron King is small. De'Aaron King is a little dude, man. 16 people in here. Hit the like button. We are on Knowles After Dark. Again, busy week for me. So I didn't make most of my times this week. My Tuesday show was earlier than normal. My Friday show was later than normal. But if you in here on this Friday night before Florida State faces Pitt, hit the like button and tell me what you expect to see tomorrow. What kind of Jordan Travis are we gonna see? How's this? Is this defense gonna show something different? That's where my doubt comes in. If I'm being honest, my doubt comes in defensively. I don't believe this defense is going to take a step. I believe this defense excuse me real quick. I feel this defense, I just don't see where the defense is going to make any strides. You feel me? And that's really where I'm at with it. Don't see where the defense is going to make any strides. I hope they prove me wrong. Mac Will, what up? Won't happen. Our season is washed. Time for us to come back to reality. What you saw for the first 6 games, that's where I'm at with it, Brandon. That's what I said Tuesday. I believe this team. I believe what this team you've seen for the first 6 games is this team that you're going to see for the last 5. This team has no identity, especially defensively. Offense, at least they're trying to build one. I would say offensively, our identity is a running team. But the only identity overall that this team has is one word, and that's inconsistency. That's the only thing that defines this team, is that they're inconsistent as hell. This team hasn't played 2 full quarters of football the entire year. Even in the wins. You played terrible in the first half against Jacksonville State. You came back, got it. You played a sensational first half against NC State. You reverted back to what you were. I said NC State. I meant North Carolina. You reverted back to what you were in the second half. The team hasn't put 2 full halves of football on the field yet. And I'm supposed to believe that they're going to do it against Pitt. I'm supposed to believe that they can win every game here on out, with the exception of Clemson. No. We will go 2-3 down the stretch. That is my prediction. And that's just what it is. Would I love to be wrong? Look, I'll be the first one to come on here and say, baby, I was dead ass wrong. But we'll see. Tevin has faith in the offense. I got a little faith in the offense. More faith for sure than the defense. I'm losing faith in these wide receivers, though. without Tamarion Terry. I got no faith in those guys. I have no faith in our red zone offense because, again, whenever we get in the red zone, we can't seem to score. But our offense is kind of big play or bust. Big play or bust. That's what our offense is at this point. I don't see, we can't really. We get in that red zone and we settle for field goals. We stall for whatever reason. Going off script real quick because I just found out Shadur Sanders flipped from FAU to Jackson State. Yep. It's okay, brother Brooklyn. There is no script tonight. It's Knowles After Dark, baby. We talking about whatever. So now that you bring that up, you're absolutely right. Shadur Sanders, who committed to Willie Taggart at FAU, has decommitted and flipped to Jackson State. That's right. Jackson State is where he coaches at. Yeah, Jackson State. To play for his dad. Look, I don't want to say anything negative about the young man. I'm pretty sure Shadur Sanders is an awesome kid. And his dad's prime. And he's always going to be prime. One of my favorite players. I feel like I felt like this when he committed to FAU. And I'm going to say it now. That 4-star quarterback is wasting his talent. He needs to get it together. I understand it's big for his father to get him there, but come on. You're gonna waste your talent. First, you're gonna waste it at a FAU. Really. Now you're gonna waste it at a Jackson State. This is a kid that can go probably wherever he wants. I mean, come on, let's look it up. Look it up real quick. Who is offering Shadur Sanders? I'm just going to look him up real quick because I got to know. Shadur Sanders, 247, Trinity School, pro-style quarterback, 4-star. Got offers from Bama, Arizona State, Baylor. He has 26 total offers. Again, Bama, Arizona State, Baylor, Florida, Florida State, Georgia, Georgia Tech, Houston, Louisville, LSU, Michigan. Come on, you guys get the picture. I got you, CJ. Give me a minute. You guys get the picture, though. I understand it's cool to go play with Pops, and he's going to be the big man on campus at Jackson State. I got it. Has Jackson State probably ever had a 4-star? I got it. But come on. Is Jackson State going to get Shadur where he needs to be? If his dream is to be an NFL quarterback. Now, Shadur don't need the money. We know that. I'm just asking that question. I mean, do you guys really think that's I just don't feel like that's a smart move by Shadur Sanders. Get away from Pops. Get out of your Pop shadow. You going to play for your Pops ain't helping you get out of your dad's shadow. But again, that's just me talking on the outside. I mean, who knows? He might go to Jackson State with his dad, and they might light the college football world on fire. Who knows? And that's just me. Let me catch up here. Skyline said, I think we start fast on both sides. The key will be the second half and adjustments. If that's the case, Skyline, well, they're going to fall into the same thing they've fallen in all year. Again, they ain't put together 2 halves of football. Panama, Polk, I'm probably like most fans. Can we put together a complete game this year? Exactly what I'm saying, Panama. And because I haven't seen it in 6 games, I don't believe we're going to see it. I'm at a point now when it comes to this team, they're going to have to show me for me to believe it. I am no longer predicting them to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it anymore. They're not going to fool me anymore. They're either going to do it and then I'll adjust as they prove me wrong. I'm coming to you, CJ. Give me a minute. What's up, Polk? FSU pulls it out. I'm hoping, but I got this feeling. I hope you're right. But if Pitt scores 24, okay, cool. How many yards are we going to give up? What's the over? If you think we give up over 400 yards, put a 1 in the chat. If you're thinking under 400 yards, give me a 2. Because I'll give y'all my answer right now. Cliff, what's going on? Good to see you tonight. Fool's gold tomorrow. FSU's come out strong, but this team is what they are. Hope future knows don't read into the season. Be the Lamarcus Joyner, Christian Jones commit. I like that. Be the commit that's gonna make the difference. Absolutely. Polk, what do you think is our biggest needs in recruiting? Still got to build depth on the offensive line. Defensive line needs a ton of depth as well. Linebacker, receiver. Those are all our biggest needs right there. We need to use tight ends more in the red zone. CJ's talking about his Canes tonight. Transfer portal. I think he's just a daddy's kid, man. I feel you. Norvell and Dillingham need to use Cameron McDonald, Toafili more involved. I do think they need to get both involved. I agree. Everybody thinks we gonna give up over. Cliff, the only one that think we gonna give up less than 400. So unless he's just being funny with the 2. But you know, it is what it is. Hold on, CJ. I'm gonna get you in here. I caught back up on the. Yeah, I don't expect to give up less than 400. I would be shocked if this team gave up less than 400. They haven't given up less than 400 all year. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Georgia Tech had over 400. I think Jacksonville State had over 400. And we know all the other teams have over 400 yards. So it's hard for me to say they won't have over 400 yards. Y'all show CJ some love. I'm gonna bring the Kane in here. I guess he want to vent to me. Well, the rest of Kane's nation is happy. CJ must not be happy.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I forgot to put. I'm so pissed off. I didn't even put the avatar up though. I'm so pissed off. It don't make no sense. My Canes family is so fucking delusional. It don't make no sense. Excuse for my cursing. I've been drinking tequila,
Good.
but my Canes family is so fucking delusional. They'll take a win if it come by a point. It don't make no sense. We got King back there. They can't throw a fucking accurate pass deep consistently. Well, for damn, that's why Lashley doesn't got them air it out like he would want to. And we throwing dick and dunk passes, and the running backs looking sorry as shit because of the fact that they load the box up just to see if King gonna throw the ball. And these folks, and my Kane family is so delusional. I was gonna go on so, but I know they're gonna sit there and say I'm a King hater. I don't give a fuck. I'll take Jordan Travis. I'll take goddamn Purdy. I'll take
tonight though.
Man, fuck that shit. That shit was all run, bro. That shit was definitely run. 400 yards on short passes, my dude. 400 yards on short passes. A couple of deep throws and they satisfy. Are you fucking kidding? We can't even beat Clemson. We can't beat Alabama next season if he comes back. That shit is horrible. That shit is horrible. And they satisfied with this shit.
What was the issue with the defense tonight, though?
The defense has looked the worst I ever seen since last season. I ain't never seen the defense look this horrible before. This is like the worst I ever seen them. And I still don't understand why they so happy about King. Oh yeah, we won by 3 points. Woo! Oh, so happy. Y'all happy. That's desperate. That is fucking desperate. Florida State and Miami have always prided themselves on beating the hell out of teams like NC State. Always. Now we just accepting whatever win we can get. That is desperate mode. I don't give a damn. That is desperate. I take Perry throwing interception and blowing the team out by 2 touchdowns. I will. I definitely take that shit. I can't take winning from a quarterback that's good on his feet and ain't worth a damn on the arm. Period. They ain't no way in hell. I mean, my Kane family is really delusional as hell.
I didn't start watching the game, right? I didn't start watching the game till the fourth quarter. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just looking at the stats. The man threw for 400 yards. He only threw 10 completions.
Listen, Pope, you when you watch your Seminole,
right,
and they win the game like this by stat wise and look good on stats. Fuck them numbers. Look how they played. You know, you look how they play. You don't look at them damn stats when the Seminoles play, do you?
I mean, hell, right now, I don't give a damn how they win. I mean,
That's in the situation y'all in right now.
Right.
But if you look at the bigger picture, if we got a quarterback that's not accurate enough consistently, at least get the damn ball in front of him where it overthrows him in front of him and not behind him. You'll be sitting there be like, man, well, this shit ain't gonna work against the Alabama. This shit ain't gonna work against the Clemson.
Well,
This ain't
I've
gonna
been
work.
saying that. That Alabama shit. Look. I think Miami is improving. I really do. I think y'all got some up and coming stuff, But if you think the Eric King gonna go out there and beat Miami, you got excuse me, Alabama. Y'all got another thing coming next year.
Exactly. That's the point I'm getting at. And see, my Canes family sit there and think I'm hating. I'm not hating. I'm looking at the bigger picture. How we improving? We're a 5-1 team. And if you look at the gameplay, we are struggling on third downs. And ain't even a 3rd and 10. This is like a 3rd and 4. Might be a 3rd and 7, might be a 3rd and 1. And we struggling. And our defense, the reason why our defense catches so much hell is because they're on the field so much. Of course you're gonna judge them. You're gonna see them more because they're on the field more. We had to come back and win by 3. Are you kidding me? First
Yeah,
drive, 3 and out.
I mean, if you, I think if you're being real, NC State handed that game to y'all at the end.
They did. I'm not lying, but that's what
They
I'm
handed.
saying.
I was like, y'all just giving the game away. Okay, cool.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, and my Canes family is so delusional with this shit, bro. Like, it doesn't make no sense. I get we 4-1, 5-1 now, but at the end of the day, like, y'all think we're gonna win against a top-notch team that got shit like Ohio State? We're gonna get drugged by a goddamn Ohio State. We're gonna get drugged by a fucking goddamn Clemson. We're gonna get drugged by a goddamn Alabama. Hell, we might even get drugged by Georgia. Just because the fact is that we so stuck on a W. Fuck a W. I'm trying to get a championship. We can't get no championship with a quarterback that got an inconsistent, accurate arm, deep, mid range. That shit ain't gonna work. Fuck the running. We can switch him to wide receiver or make packages on a wildcat or they on sweep for his ass. But as far as him being a quarterback, he's not a quarterback. The NFL scouts already said they're gonna try him as a wide receiver, not a quarterback. It's a reason. Pay attention, Manny. Fire Manning because Manning was 0-4 before this game at the bye week. Okay, this is a 1-4 situation at the bye week now. After 2 seasons, he was 0-4 before tonight. That is fucking horrible as a head coach.
And he probably should have been 0-5 if we're being real.
Exactly. My point exactly. But I'm a hater. My Canes family think I'm a hater. I'm not a real Cane. No, I'm a diehard. My shit tatted on me.
Well, bro, I get the same hate over here. People tell me I'm just negative all the time on these no's, and I'm just real with it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and I hate that. I hate that my Canes family has got desperate. They have got desperate for fucking wins, and this shit is sad. This is sad as hell, man. And I can't stand looking at this shit. Oh, we won. Look at Derek King. Stop hating on. I'm not hating on Derek King. I'm looking at this shit. This man is gonna be as developed as he's gonna be. The man came from Houston. He couldn't pull out a win against Oklahoma, and they got the worst fucking defense there is. In a what are they? The Pac-12, Big 12.
Big 12.
They got the worst defense in the conference. Okay, but they got a high power offense. Okay, and you can't even pull a fucking W out against their defense. And you supposed to be the Heisman quarterback? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Like it pisses me off that my Canes family ain't woke. They sleep as shit. They just desperate. And I ain't even gonna lie, I'm not hating on King, but I'm just saying we cannot beat no team. We supposed to be blowing out NC State. They 4-2. Lost to Virginia Tech and they lost to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay. And North Carolina lost to y'all. Not saying no hate towards Florida State, but they lost to y'all. Y'all ain't on the high point right now. But
sure ain't.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't on the high point. They lost to y'all. And we don't beat, you know what I'm saying? Fucking, I ain't gonna count UAB because that's like a fucking Savannah State or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna count that shit. Like you said before, Derek King has not had a signature fucking win against the top fucking 5 team, bro. He has not had one. And they crowning him.
Y'all not gonna really play nobody. I mean, you'll have North Carolina, but I mean, I don't know how much North Carolina gonna really be there at because they just lost last week. So
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like what the fuck is King doing, bro? Like, what is he doing so immaculate? I ain't seen no deep passes for I ain't seen no fucking 60-yard pass. Okay, I ain't seen no real motherfucking pass. I haven't seen it. Where is it at, bro? I seen Jordan Travis pull out a fucking win against a fucking fifth ranked team. You know what I'm saying? Derek King has not pulled out a fucking win against the damn fifth or got them 4-3-2 ranked team. The number one ranked team shut his ass down. Period. Okay, y'all played the number 5 team and y'all won that game, and y'all still trying to find yourselves, and y'all still pull out a W. How the fuck can y'all do that and we can't pull out a win against the damn number 1 ranked team or keep it close?
Jose bring up something that I want to ask you about because this is just my opinion. Can you see the comment?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, Jose want to know, is it the D quarter? Y'all gonna get rid of y'all D quarter? I feel like let me ask you a question before you answer that question, CJ. Let me ask you a question.
Where?
Does Jimbo Fisher, does he have an offensive coordinator?
I don't even know. You talking about Texas A&M?
Yeah.
I believe so, but
okay. But whose offense is it?
So. It's Jimbo. It's definitely Jimbo offense. Ain't no question about that shit. Wait, the volume went up. My volume. How the hell my volume go up? Oh, that's your microphone. Okay. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I said Kirby Smart at Georgia. He got a defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah.
Whose defense is that though?
That's definitely Kirby.
So I'm asking these questions because everybody want to blame Baker. The last I checked, that was Manny Diaz's defense.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you about that situation, right? So I keep telling my Hurricane family, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Manny was the defense coordinator because we ran a base 4-3 shit. You know what I'm saying? We ran a base 4-3. That's how you know that was Manny's defense. But Blake Baker, I can't even say it. I've been drinking too much. Blake Baker definitely is running his defense because it's not a 4-3 no more. This is a 4-2, and he got the striker. So
okay, so you think Manny's hand the defense over is what you're saying?
Because that's his homeboy. If you didn't know, that's his homeboy. They coached at LA Tech together. I mean, so you can look it up.
Give me some insight. I got you.
Yeah, okay. They coached at LA Tech together. But this is another thing. I was just telling my uncle when you got the phone. I told my uncle, I said Manny Diaz has been fired from 2 to 3 defensive coordinator positions underneath Matt Bryant of Texas, at LA Tech, and I forgot the other college. But he's been fired from all 3 as a defensive coordinator. I'm just putting that out there. So my thing is that I think he would have made a better defensive coordinator than he would have head coach because he has experience focusing on the defense rather than being the head coach. That's number 1. So my thing is that not only does Manny has the president, Manny is the Trump of Miami right now. That's how I feel like it. But he has the main call for calling the personnel as far as who should start on offense and defense. Don't get me wrong, Red Lashley calling the schemes and the play calling, but at the end of the day, Manny's still that bullheaded person that's gonna tell who need to start at these wide receivers, offensive line, quarterback, defense line, linebacker. And I'm telling you, the reason I'm telling you this is because the fact is Manny is that stubborn and he think he's that guy. That's the reason why he didn't want Elijah Highsmith to come in as the chief. Because Alonzo would have fired his ass. That's why he got Ed Reed, and he made Ed Reed's position as chief less important. If y'all paid attention, if anybody paid attention, Ed Reed already said that he can't fire nobody, he can't call no plays, he ain't doing none of that shit. He just basically being on the sideline, and he's sitting there, hey, I think you should do that. That's the type of guy he is for the team for right now, because that's how Manny wanted it. He didn't want no Alonzo Highsmith that was the GM at fucking Cleveland Browns. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know. I thought it was a mistake that y'all didn't get Alonzo Highsmith. I thought that was a mistake.
Alonzo wanted to come there and be the chief.
I know he did.
He wanted to be there. He was gonna take less money to be there, and the Bruces were gonna pay for that shit for him to be there. But Manny didn't want him there because Manny wanted it his way. And see how his way is that he gonna be bullheaded, and that's why we still struggling now. Because the fact is, at the bye week, we struggling against NC fucking State. Okay, we got still blown out by Clemson. Even though our defense held them to 40 some points, while everybody else getting blown out by 50 or 60 or 70 or better. But it's the reason why we losing or getting close games because Manny is stubborn and bullheaded, and he's not the guy. And I keep telling folks he's not the guy. I don't care. I don't give a damn what King's doing. King ain't doing shit by arm. He's doing it by feet. He's a great running back / wide receiver, but he's not a quarterback. That's what the NFL already knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't win no fucking game throwing what short passes, dink dunks. You seen Tom Brady got beat in the fucking Super Bowl or playoffs by dinking a donkey? Okay, we can't win by that. We're gonna have to get these deep passes going more often. We have to open that playbook and throw it deep or mid range more often. That's how we're gonna keep defense on their feet. And see,
I'll say this. I think y'all can probably get through the ACC like that though.
no, no, no. Because first of all, Clemson is number 1 in the ACC. No,
Okay, when I say get through the ACC, I don't mean like win it. I mean like you can beat the rest of your schedule, and then probably if y'all win out, y'all will probably be in the ACC championship against who probably win tomorrow, Notre Dame or Clemson. So, I mean, and you know who knows, man? Anything can happen. I don't think the rest of y'all schedule is that hard to not win like that. Is what I'm saying. Did you freeze on me? I think CJ froze on us, y'all. We'll see if he come back alive. Jose says talent ain't all that. Those corners are sus. Those linebackers, CJ dropped off. We'll see if he come back in. We aren't going to get into how bad McLeod is. I'll let CJ talk Miami stuff. It's always good to have a little different perspective on things. But as far as Florida State goes here on Knowles After Dark, again, what are we expecting from this team tomorrow? So most people think that we giving up over 400. I tend to agree. Matter of fact, let me scroll back up. I thought I saw a question I wanted to answer, but CJ got on. Hold on a second. Okay, it was this question from Brother Brooklyn. I don't know if he's still here or not. But he asked, is it me? Does Toa Feely actually look slow, shifty, but slow? I don't think Toa Feely is a home run threat, but I necessarily wouldn't call him slow. Can't say have we ever really seen him in the open field? Yeah, I don't feel like we have. I don't know. Might be a little bit too early to call him slow. But the speed isn't his main attribute anyway, though. His best attributes that he has, I've always said, is his vision and his feet. CJ phone died, so we'll see if he come back on after he charged that Android he got. Tell you, man, need to make that switch over to iPhone, man. The ACC is just inconsistent, exactly, and because of that, I think Miami fans should, frankly, feel a little confident. If I'm being honest, they should feel a little confident. I mean, they play Virginia Tech, I think, next week. Virginia Tech, I believe, lost to Wake last week. I mean, at this point, you only have to be. You're not going to be better than Clemson. You're probably not going to be better than Notre Dame. Well, hell, you only have to be better than North Carolina at this point for Miami to be the third best team in the ACC. They probably are. I don't got no faith in North Carolina. North Carolina already done showed their true colors against Virginia. Who they lose to? Virginia, I think, against Virginia and against us. Yeah, you might want to talk to your boy CJ New King because he not as happy as you. He not as happy as you. And this ain't me. I I think King did. I mean, 5 TDs, 500 over 500 total yards. I feel you. But CJ got a little different perspective. I'm expecting L. Hell no, he's not slow from what I've seen. Right. I don't think he's slow either. I don't. He might not have breakaway speed, but I wouldn't call him slow either. Panama. I don't think he's slow. Brandon say they desperate for wins, but you know what, Brandon? If we being let's keep it a buck, because that's what I do. Let's keep it G. Even when they didn't play their best, I ain't gonna make this no Miami love fest or anything, but I do want to be G about it. You got to give them credit. Even when that defense didn't play their best, Miami still found a way to win that game. At the end of the day, I feel what CJ's saying. And CJ's trying to say, man, bump all that. I'm trying to be better than barely skating by NC State. I got it. But you know what? Miami ain't necessarily been winners of a lot lately. They're in a position now where you can see them starting to learn how to win games even when they don't play their best football. That's how you take the necessary steps to eventually get where you want to go, right? It's all winning is a process. You don't just come out the gate winning. It takes a little bit of time to build up that before you start winning on a consistent basis. So I feel like the fact that you found a way to win that game is a positive, regardless of how it looked. Is Pitt playing a backup QB? I think they are, Cliff. I still think Pitt's QB's out. Haven't heard for sure. I don't know. I actually think that might be a game time decision for them. But Pitt, I think they will be still playing a backup. Not 100% on that. CJ about the U that can beat Bama, Georgia, Ohio State, and Clemson of the world. Right, CJ, Miami's not there yet. That's where you got to look at it realistically. Miami's not there yet, right? They're damn sure it ain't gonna be none of those teams that was just listed. We already saw that. But the fact that you can still beat an NC State when you don't play well, they beat a Virginia team when they didn't play well. They beat Pitt when they didn't necessarily play well in that game. The fact that you can still pull those wins out, you have to give them credit for that. Right. Miami, they lost to last year they lost to FIU and Louisiana Tech. So the fact that you can turn it around this year, I'll put money on this. We will win the ACC before FSU. I hope you got money. I bet you don't. I bet you don't. We'll get another one before y'all win y'all first. I'll bet you that. Absolutely bet you that. Definitely agree, but it's time for them to step it up and win significant games. Well, they got to play in some significant games. They don't. I feel you. They don't necessarily play in any significant games either. So it's going to be a process. When our programs go off moral victories, I feel you, CJ. I feel what you're saying. I think we also have to take in realization where our programs are at and have been. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here for moral victories, but I'm just being if I'm being real on where Florida State is right now, I'd be ecstatic if FSU kept it within 17 points of a Clemson. And I'm being dead ass serious. I'd be ecstatic if they just wouldn't go in there and get blown out the water. But that's just me, and I understand where this team at and where this program's at. I feel what you're saying, but I'll take them wins as long as those now where you're Miami and where you might need to be a bit worried. You're skating by with these narrow victories this year. Okay, next year, Derek King may or may not be back. You gotta hope they're building something past Derek King, so the team takes that next step. Because what you don't want to do is have this be your best season in the last 5 years or whatever it be. I know Miami won 10 games a few years ago. I think it was Rick, was it first season or something like that? Whatever. What you don't want is to win all these games this year in a year that really doesn't mean anything, if we're being honest. And then next year you're back to a 500 football team. Yeah, but Pitt has a good front four, so the offense may not be good tomorrow. That's true. Pitt definitely has a good defensive line, so we'll see how our offensive line stacks up with Pitt. Again, I don't expect us to win that game, so I'm not going into that game with any expectations. I told you, my expectations are gone. I'm not coming in here telling. I have no expectations. The only thing I expect is for FSU to give up over 400 yards of offense to Pitt. That's the only thing I expect. And I don't even know what Pitt's offensive numbers are for the year. Matter of fact, let's see if we can find those. Let's see if we can find Pitt. Where does Pitt rank offensively on the year? What are they normally giving up? Like, what are their averages? Let's see if I can find that. Hold on. Because I don't expect a damn thing from this FSU team. I'm not going to lie to you. Statistics. Okay, that's for FSU. I don't want FSU. I want Pitt. Okay, there we go. Statistics. Team. So they're averaging 25.7 points per game. Where's the total offensive yard? Offense. Yards per game is 357. So yeah, FSU is going to give up for over 400. If they're averaging 357 yards of offense per game, FSU will give them 400 easy. FSU will give them 400 easy. I guarantee that. Guarantee that. They go to those Canes 1 year and then they win the ACC. We talk about a team who filled with transfer portal play. And that's essentially what I'm talking about, Cliff, with the Hurricanes. They're doing solid this year. I mean, no one is gonna deny that. But if you look at a lot of their top players are their kicker, a transfer guy, their starting tackle, a transfer guy, their quarterback is a transfer guy, their two defensive ends are transfer guys. It's like, at what point, not saying the transfer portal is bad, but you're not building anything in the transfer portal. You're doing one year patches. They got a little lucky this year. Eligibility isn't being counted against any player. Technically, if all those players' draft grades aren't that good, they can come back. That will help them. But that's the only thing I'm saying. If you're Miami, the only thing I would necessarily be worried about is what is the plan beyond De'Aaron King and some of these other players that only have 1 year of eligibility left. What's more likely to happen? Travis scores 4 TDs or Pitt gets 8 sacks. Travis scores 4 TDs. Florida State ain't giving up. What's the most sacks we've given up this year? Probably in the first 2 games, might have when they were playing James Blackman. And he was just sitting back there taking hits. I can't think of a game Florida State's given up more than 2 sacks. Yeah, I can't think of a game where Florida State's given up more than 2 sacks in the last, again, probably since James Blackman started a quarterback. And I can think of a few games where Jordan Travis has ran for a couple touchdowns and threw a couple touchdowns. So I'll take the 4 TDs over 8 sacks. Hell yeah, I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day. You want to make that bet too? We can make that one too. 8 sacks versus 4 TDs. We can definitely make that bet. I'll definitely take that. That's easy money. Easy money. I can guarantee you, if UM makes it to the ACC championship game, they will give. Yeah, we know that. New King wants more likely to happen. Travis to rush over 100 yards or Pitt gets 6 sacks. I mean, even that, again, has. Okay, we're going to go back to Pitt. And I'm going to look at this defensive number. Now, I know Pitt has a good defensive line, but I mean, y'all are throwing some big numbers out there when you start talking about the sack numbers. Let me go. I mean, do they got okay? So P. Jones has 7 sacks on the year. They got a guy with 4.5 sacks. Two guys with 4.5. One guy with 7. So they got total of 31 sacks on the year. So they get to the quarterback. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know, man. I don't know. 6 sacks. Because you gotta catch Jordan Travis, even if they don't block him very well, they still gotta catch him. Ain't too many people done caught Jordan Travis from behind, or do we see Chubb tomorrow? I want to hope that we're in a position where we don't really need to. But I'm not against it. Because I think they need to figure out. Something in the red zone regardless. And if that, maybe you do a package where you put Chuba, throw Jordan Travis out wide, or maybe you can try something where you put both of them into the backfield. And I don't know, maybe you can get creative with both of them. I kind of would like to see them try something because we need to get in the red zone, man. We stall pretty hard in the red zone. Maybe Chuba can open the playbook up in the red zone. So it's possible. It's possible. Well, New King seems to be happy with the transfer portal year in and year out with the quarterback position. I mean, if you're going to the transfer portal year in and year out to keep filling quarterback position, then it is what it is. He says he'll take it just like OU did, but what did OU win? OU got. I mean, if you're happy with getting there, I got it. But what did OU win? Oh, and by the way, OU was also taking. That Kyler Murray was 5-star. I know Baker Mayfield was a walk-on, but OU, OU kind of has a system where they can just plug in a quarterback and get it done. We don't know if Miami has that yet. Miami ain't got the track record that OU had, where they could just plug in a guy and put up crazy numbers. I mean, the Jalen Hurts, the Kyler Murrays, and the Baker Mayfields. I know those were all guys who transferred there. But again, OU also has a history of quarterbacks. The final Saturday, FSU 24, Pitt 14. Corbin, big game. Okay, I like the prediction. I'm higher on Corbin than I think a lot of people are, because I think Corbin adds a different level of physicality to that run game. I'm gonna be real with you, Cliff. I don't see any way in the goddamn world that FSU holds Pitt to 14 points. Cliff, if they do it, I will come on Saturday night and you'll be the first person I shout out. Cliff, you'll be the man of the hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, however long I'm on Saturday. If FSU can hold Pitt to 14. I'm telling you that right now. I just don't see that. The defense ain't showed it to me, bro. The defense ain't showed it to me. I would love it. Don't get me wrong, but the defense ain't showed me they can hold anybody to 14. Defense probably can't hold the little Giants to 14. New King Miami don't need to keep going to the portal for a QB. Eventually, you won't get a Scott. Tell him, Panama. Like, I get it. He thinks he thinks Miami's the new Oklahoma, I guess, is what he's trying to get at. But no, if Miami or any team, not just Miami, if any team wants to get to a certain point, you're gonna have to recruit a guy and develop a guy. So we'll see. We'll see what they do there. New King, you're desperate. You're exactly what CJ talked about. CJ stupid. Well, the whole conference struggles on defense. It's more of a conference thing than just recruiting. Because if you check Oklahoma, Texas, for that matter, you check the big name schools in the Big 12 mainly, and I'm mainly talking Oklahoma and Texas, not so much the other schools. Oklahoma and Texas, they recruit guys on the defensive side of the ball. It's a Big 12 type culture thing that why the defenses are so bad. What's up, BB? Oh yeah, Gators got a big game tomorrow. Let's see what the Gators do against the Bulldogs. Brandon, y'all about to hit the portal this offseason. Of course, we're going to hit the portal because the portal is going to be bigger this offseason than in any offseason in history. I mean, they're predicting so many transfer. I mean, guys are still hitting the portal. I check Twitter every day, and a new guy's announcing he's hitting the portal. Some top prospects, too, 4-star level recruits. So everybody's going to be in the portal. That's not a bad thing. New King, I think where you're getting it twisted is you seem to be satisfied with constantly living off the portal, and I think what a lot of people are just trying to say is eventually Miami needs to recruit that. I'm pretty sure Rhett Lashley would like to have a quarterback he builds. I'm assuming most offensive coaches do. So we'll see. Cliff says bet. All right. Cliff think we only gonna give up 14. Again, I don't see it, but we will see. I don't see it either. Max say he don't see it either, but we'll see. They do play better. We play a little better at home. I don't know if it's 14 points better at home, but we'll see. Well, CJ, let me know whenever you ready to come back on. If you're ready to come back on, you can hop back on here if you want to talk about that. Yeah, I don't know who Tyler Van is either. That's why I didn't even put that. I didn't even put that on the screen. Tyler Van. He's saying Tyler Van like we supposed to know who the hell that is. But okay, Tyler Van. You also got N'Kosi Perry. I mean, at least we know who that was. N'Kosi Perry was a 4-star. But I think New King just came in here to argue tonight, so it's all good. It's all good. Y'all wouldn't have gotten King if Dyke was the answer. Why not just build with him? He says, Brandon, you sound dumb. Shake my head. He's a freshman. Why put the pressure on him? To be fair, I'm not. So guys need to develop. I'll say that in defense of New King. Tyler Van, he may be a guy we hear of in 2-3 years. I don't know. He just may not be ready to play right now. I got it. But if Miami fans want King to stay another year, so I don't know. Can someone tell Fuller he's not he's not in the AAC? What's up, No Blooded? Good to see you. I think Fuller. Don't get me started on Fuller, No Blooded. Don't do that to me. FSU's play better at home. We still FSU atmosphere. Again, Cliff, I hear you. I just don't see us giving up 14 points. I would love. Look, again, I already told you. We only give up 14. You're gonna be the man of the hour. I'm singing the praises of Cliff Raphael. And I won't go that far. I was gonna say I'll apologize to Fuller, but I'm not gonna go that far. It's not like y'all was good. How was that dumb? Y'all not beating Clemson, so what do you have to lose? And CJ said, Polk, give me a few so I can get 30%. Am androids. He says, so you can get the 30%. Giuseppe, what's up? Again, if you are here, We don't own Knowles After Darks with some late night Seminoles talk. We even sprinkling a little Canes in here with CJ Canes. And yeah, man, hit that like button on 863 Seminole TV with your host Polk, a.k.a. AloMoney, a.k.a. the goddamn truth. Y'all already know. And what you drinking on? Let me know what you drink. If you drink, if you don't indulge in the adult beverage, then it's all good. But if you're drinking, let me know what you're sipping on tonight. Somebody earlier said they was drinking E&J. Oh, an Irkin jerk. But I guess, well, I ain't drank no E&J since I was 20 something, like probably 21. But E&J is your thing, man. E&J is your thing. I'm good on the E&J. No says, what's up? Sorry about that. Did not want to get your pressure up about Fuller, man. The sad part about it is I don't see Fuller being fired. I think I'll explain a little bit on Fuller right now. I think one of the reasons Fuller will last at least another year, because unfortunately the trend around college football is working in Adam Fuller's favor. The fact is, it's a weird fact, but defenses across the country have been bad this year, including Alabama, LSU. I mean, traditionally good defensive teams have not really. I mean, Florida's defense has been atrocious. Defenses around the country have been bad this year, and I think that's gonna give Fuller the benefit of the doubt. I think they'll give him another year with a full spring, a full fall, a full summer to work with, and they're gonna judge him off that. Me personally, I've seen enough. But with the trend around all of college football being that defenses are atrocious, he might get the pass from. And when I say he's getting the pass from Norvell and the athletic department is what I mean. I don't think too many fans are giving him a pass, but son, can you stop bouncing this ball? Come on, man. With the backup QB, man, bye week. I hear you. I hear you. Polk, we need Destin Hill. It's Destin Hill now, but I agree. We need Destin Hill, formerly known as Payson. Don't know why he changed his last name. We need him. Stop. The problem with that one is that dude was supposed to commit 2 months ago. And I think the longer it goes without him committing, I just have a feeling that he's looking at the team and he's like, you know what? He might just stay in Louisiana for them Tigers. Polk, my top 5 Seminoles. I think I've answered this. Well, I did my Mount Rushmore, but my Mount Rushmore isn't necessarily my top 5 Seminoles. So my Mount Rushmore was I don't remember if I had Bobby. I think it was just a player's Mount Rushmore, but I think Bobby Bowden was on my Mount Rushmore. Bobby, Charlie Ward, Peter Warwick, and I think I put Marvin Jones on my Mount Rushmore. I believe it was either him or Brooks, but I think it was Marvin Shadetree. But now my top 5 Seminoles of all time. So we'll start at 5. Man, this is tough. You put me on the spot, Cliff. You put me on the spot. At number 5 for me is going to be Greg Jones. Until Dalvin came along, Greg Jones was my favorite Florida State running back. That dude was a monster. Injuries hurt his career, but Greg Jones was a beast. Beast. That's my number 5. Number 4. Number 4 for me. Man, this is tough. Hey, man, go play. You stop throwing that ball. Number 4. So 5 is Greg Jones. Number 4. Mm-mm-mm. Cliff, you put me on the spot. Number 4 is gonna be Jameis. I'll put Jameis at number 4. I think we all love Jameis. But for me, Jameis is number 4. Number 3 is Darnell Dockett. Just one of my favorite Florida State players ever. Darnell Dockett was my dog. I loved watching him, especially when he went to Arizona. But Darnell Dockett. Um, Number 2, prime time, and number 1, the guy behind me, the goat. Those are my top 5 Knowles. Do you think this season is just a throwaway and they keep Fuller? I think the season's a throwaway regardless. One of the reasons I was so excited to even see the season is I just wanted to see them put a better product on the field, and kind of wishing we didn't play the season now. I think if we don't play the season, we might keep some of these recruits. But I think they're going to keep Fuller though, just because, like I said, man, the defenses around the entire countries, they're not good. Like nobody's really playing elite defense now. So I think they are going to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, so says it's bad even the NFL. Yeah, I mean defenses everywhere just aren't very good. You know what I'm afraid of, Pope? These coaches come to FSU living off the legacy and tradition, coaches and players built before them, and not putting in the work to sustain these Seminoles. I would say to that, Panama, any coach, players are different, okay? Because I mean, look, college is unique, right? It's not like the NFL where you got a guy, you can build your franchise around a guy because the guy's going to be there for 8 years. You know, granted he stays healthy. College is unique. I mean, you're changing guys literally every year, really. But I mean, usually, you know, your top guys are gone in 2 to 3 years. Um, so I'm not. The players don't. You want to recruit a certain type of player. The kids are going to change year in and year out as the years go by. Just the kids that are the way they build killed, you know, the way they build kids today ain't the way they even built kids 10 years ago, let alone 20 years ago. It's the coaches for me though is where I'm with you on that. Like when you come to a place, I, I understand every coach wants to make their mark, but understand the stadium you're standing in, and understand, you know, the legacy. And I know people don't want to admit failure, but damn it, if you can't live up to that, you probably should just quit. I hate to say that about Adam Fuller. You know, I'm pretty sure he's not a quitter. But I said this before. Um, I think it was Tuesday. I said it's time for these players to look themselves in the mirror, and these coaches as well. Why do you think the defenses that have been most effective? I don't know. That's a great question, Giuseppe, because usually it's the offenses playing catch up, and the defenses are usually a step ahead. That's what that's how it usually is. Defenses usually start off elite. Like if um, you go look at early games on most seasons, defenses usually are really good. Offenses catch up later. I don't know. They seem more affected, but defenses just ain't been playing up to par. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. Mickey needs to be on a route much more. It's hard to keep Mickey Andrews off of it. Absolutely. Um, We said the audio going out. That's whenever. All right, can y'all hear me? All right, we good. We good. Sound is up. All right. Leave my mic alone, Brandon. Don't do that to me. Leave my mic alone. Leave my mic alone. I mean, I forgot what I was even talking about. I was talking about Mickey Andrews. Basically, I was just saying that as great as Mickey is and as great as Bobby is, it's hard to keep the with the amount of players, man. It's hard to keep those guys. To me, it's hard to keep them off. It's hard to keep the players off of a Mount Rushmore and have two coaches up there. It's basically all I was getting at. I just feel that we can't keep recycling a defensive coordinator. At some point, these players have to set the tone. Marvin said, interview players doing their own things. But see, Cliff, I feel you. Marv's supposed to be the leader last time I checked. And yet, if you can come on in an interview and say that players are doing their own thing, so is Marvin Wilson on the field correcting players? Where's Marvin Wilson at, the so-called leader of this football team? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. If Marvin can't keep the guys in check, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, Mike is good. Yeah, and Brandon talking about my mic. Leave my mic alone. But that's a good point. Like, at what point does the team, like, if players are out here doing their own things, when is somebody on that team gonna step up? Oh damn, CJ, I just saw you. I don't know how long you've been sitting there. I just saw.
I've been there for like 3 or 4 minutes.
My fault.
You good? You good? I was just seeing a lot of the comments or whatever, and what's the name? Newark. What's his name? Newark. What's Newark? What is his name? Nuke. Nuke.
Who?
Newark. The dude in the comments named Nuke. That's another Hurricane family member. I was reading what.
New
Yeah.
King,
Right.
yeah.
And I was thinking about what he was saying about the transfer portal, right? And so my thing is, as far as a Canes family member since the 1990s, I've been watching the Canes since the 90s. Okay, my thing is that we've been having a dialect of coaches either not having enough money to pay these coordinators or position coaches from Randy Shannon. So Randy Shannon they didn't give Randy Shannon as much as money or the money to get the right coaching staff for him to have a successful career as a head coach at University of Miami. So that's number one for that head coach. Number two, when it comes to Al Golden wasn't that type of coach for us anyway. He was more of a Joe Paterno kind of coach, you know what I'm saying, with the tie and stuff. So he wasn't that fit anyway, and he didn't want to get rid of his homeboy that was a defensive coordinator in Dan Fernando. And so when he didn't get rid of him, he had to go. So Mark Richt, he didn't want to get rid of his son as the pretty much offensive coordinator slash quarterback coach that coached Malik and the Coach Perry. So that messed up the Coach Perry for years, let alone the other wide receivers. The reason why they so, oh, we can do whatever and we can still start because they got that from Mark Richt. So they go from Mark Richt. Now we go to Manny Diaz. Manny Diaz is the car salesman guy, the Trump, and he's supposed to be the savior and shit. And supposed to be the guy for Miami because he's from Miami. Let alone that his daddy was one of the people that voted for the Orange Bowl to be torn down. Negative. Two, he went to Florida State. I mean, at y'all school, that's still another negative to me. Just like Mark Richt was at Florida State. So my thing is that with Manny Diaz, the reason why he get transfer portal players is because he's not a good developing coach. He doesn't have a staff that can develop players as well as they should be. Now everybody want to get rid of Rump as a defensive back coach, but how are you gonna get rid of Rump when he had Jackson and the other guys develop pretty good? It's not him. Blake Baker came in, you know what I'm saying, and he wanted this way. And if you played football before, you know, or you've been around a coaching staff, you know that they have a particular kind of player they want to get to come to their university or high school. It's either one. They want a certain kind of player prototype that they want to play at the positions. So they're gonna sit there and I want a 6'1", 6'2" defensive back, weighing in at maybe close to 200 or something like that. You want something like that. But if Runt was a 6 foot, even 6'1" defensive back when he played college ball, and he was at least close to 190 something when he played with the speed of a 4.5, and he kept up with defensive backs when he played. But you got these players, and times are different, and so they have to understand. Blake Baker has to understand that we got wide receivers. We playing against wide receivers probably like at least 100, 160, 170 pounds at the most, 180. They got speed at a 4.4 or 4.5 at the minimum. And we got big defensive backs that can't keep up, let alone the linebackers that we have, like McLeod got speed, but he has no IQ on the situation. Not knocking the guy at all. But you sitting there, you have my Canes trying to understand this shit is deeper than what the fuck you see just on the field. Like you can read body language and you can hear what Manny talking about, whatever, but he a liar. He always been a liar from the season when he took over. And when I was just trying to figure out when did my Hurricane family start comparing coaches, as far as head coaches. When Al Golden did, they didn't compare him to nobody. When Randy Shannon was there, they didn't compare him to nobody. But now Manny Diaz is there. He gets compared to Dabo. He gets compared to everybody else. But I'm gonna throw
Comparing him
this.
to that.
Oh, people comparing him his situation as far as the season's going to Dabo. Well, Dabo started out, they were losing 3, 4, seasons or whatever, blah blah blah. But let me tell you something, Pope. When it comes to Dabo Swinney was never a coordinator. I don't think none of my Hurricane family knew that. He was never a coordinator. He was a position coach. He went from position coach
He was a
into
wide receiver coach.
yeah. He was a position coach that turned into pretty much like a interim interim something like that head coach one season, and then the head coach got let go or something like that. Then he turned into a head coach. It's a totally different scenario when it comes to that. When you're a coordinator, you have a more different outlook because the fact is you see what the head coach do most of the time. Not just a position coach. Position coach, you locked in that position. A coordinator, you get to see what the head coach is doing, also let alone each position coach. This is different. And so for Manning to be a coordinator going to a head coach, you should know more knowledge of the game. And if you don't know no more knowledge than the game, then you should have took the opportunity when you was a coordinator to learn at that time. That's how some coordinators become great head coaches because that's where they learn their place. They know they're a better defensive coordinator than a head coach where they can help out on the offense. Instead, you let the offensive coordinator be the offensive coordinator. You let him run it from top to bottom. But see, Manny Diaz has a problem of trying to rule stuff. And when you have a problem with that, you ain't gonna achieve shit. It just ain't gonna happen. You're not gonna achieve it. I'm looking like, okay, cool. Manny was defense coordinator, but he got fired from all three colleges that he was coaching at. That's a problem. That's a red flag. I'm sorry, that's just a red flag to me. It don't have to be the Hurricane family member at all. Because at the end of the day, if you're a coordinator, man, you should know different offenses. You should know it. Hey, when you hire as a head coach, a coordinator, offensive coordinator, you should know Either he's the right fit for what you try to run or not. And then as a head coach, 9 times out of 10, you have the last say. You have the last say of who gets on that field. Now the position coaches and the coordinators, they can come and tell you who they feel need to be starting at the positions on the offensive defensive side of the ball. But guess who's gonna make the last call? That head coach. That's if he bullheaded enough to sit there and do that all the time. And Manny is that type of guy. And he shows favoritism. And I've been telling that for the longest. Manny is a favoritism coach. He picked that up from Mark Richt. Mark Richt has always been a seniority coach. Hands down. He's seen it at Georgia for years. He'll play his seniors over a talented freshman every year. The only way a freshman can start on need Mark. So what now?
Oh, CJ, I'm losing you again.
You can't hear me?
I hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mark Richt had a problem with starting seniority over talent, and that's why they could never win a championship. Because out of for a freshman to start, he would have to wait probably mid-season at Georgia when Mark Richt was there. And when he got to Miami, he was doing the same thing. And now Manny don't took that because of the fact he was honoring Mark Richt. He don't took that same approach, favoritism / seniority. He don't took that same approach, and he's still using that same thing. He has taken the bad influence of Mark Richt, and he's running with it in the worst way. And don't get me wrong, we're 5-1. Woo, glad. But are we really improving at 5-1, or are we just, you know, what's that word I'm looking for?
Like getting by, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, is that like, are we really seeing progress, or we just,
So
pretty
you don't
much?
feel like the team. So even though y'all are winning games, you don't feel like y'all getting better.
No, we're not. I mean, you could come on, man. If we sitting there and I paid attention, like, and if any Kane family in the room, even the delusional ones, if you see, what I'm saying, now, Pope, you can see this now. You don't watch a lot of Hurricane stuff because it's not your team, but you watch it every now and then. But if you could tell, when we had Jerry Williams, wasn't they doing the same thing? Bubbles, wide receiver bubbles, jet sweeps, short pass, dink and dongs, throw it down the field once or twice, mid range once or twice. Doesn't that look kind of the same thing we did with a different offensive coordinator? Don't that look kind of the same to you to this season? Other than that, we got a quarterback that got more wheels underneath his feet. That's the only difference this season, right?
Well, I mean, you got to give King some credit for executing it better, probably than Williams was executing it.
On his feet or his arm? Which one?
You tell me.
But the feet, that's it. I mean, the arm looks damn near the same as Jaron Williams.
Okay.
Same as Malik. Because if you think about it, I'll put it like this. When Perry, I'm gonna give you an example. Like when last season, when Jerry Williams was starting, defenses already knew we can jump the short route. We can blitz. But when Perry got in the game, I'm not making the case for Perry nor Van Dyke, but I'm trying to just give an example. When Jerry was in the game, it was predictable for the defense. Same kind of way it is with King. We know we can blitz him. Either he's going to run the ball or hand the ball off, or he's going to throw a little short deep pass. Now, if a defense is smart enough to know, all you got to do is jump the short route with King. That's all you got to do, and you'll shut down the whole offense. That's why they already stacking them. They already stacking the box because they already know it's going to be a run play 9 times to 10. That's why they already stacking the box up. Same thing with Jerry Williams. They were stacking the box up against him. But guess what? Virginia Tech defensive coordinator that retired last season, I forgot his name, but he knew to jump the route. He's right. Bud Foster is one of the best defensive coordinators in college football. Yeah. And he knew to jump the short routes. Okay. He knew to blitz and jump the short routes. Imagine if they did the same thing to us this season. Any team. It could be a sorry team. If they did the same thing, it'll be the same result Bud Foster did against us. And Virginia Tech wasn't that good last season, our offense by itself. Defense was shaky, but they still came up with that plan, did blitz and jump routes. Now imagine they did the same thing against us this season. We'll have lost to Virginia Tech. We'll lose anything like that. We can't beat
Virginia Tech next week, right?
Right, exactly. Check that out. You get what I'm saying? But Bud Foster ain't them. That's the only difference. If you look at this season compared to last season, This season, the easiest season because the fact is, one, Virginia Tech ain't got the same coordinator. Two, we playing against teams that's barely. Virginia ain't even have Bryce. What's his name? Perkins, whatever his name
Yeah.
is at quarterback. Okay,
Yeah, everybody's pretty much breaking in new quarterbacks this year, pretty
exactly.
much.
That's my point. Why you
If
think
we're
we
being
winning?
honest,
Why you think we
Clemson's the only
winning?
body that brought back their quarterback. I mean,
And you saw what happened. We lost bad. Think about that. Every team we don't play is pretty much rebuilding some part of they major key part from last season. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if they had them key parts from last season, we'll be losing again. We'll be in the same boat y'all in this season.
so you feel like, so basically you just feel like Miami is only really winning. You don't see much improvement. You just feel like they winning because the rest of the ACC is down.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Cause look at y'all. Look at y'all. Y'all don't have a set quarterback until Jordan Travis stepped on the field. But your defense is struggling. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And then like your offense ain't got no wide receivers. Come on, man. It's like when Matt Ryan, I'm gonna give you another example. It's like when Matt Ryan went to the Super Bowl. That season, the NFC had a whole bunch of injuries around that time of the year. The second half of the year. And when they went to the Super Bowl, what happened? They were leading and then they blew it. That showed because the fact is the NFC was weak that season. Okay?
Okay.
It's the same thing going on right now for us. I'm not trying to knock my team at all.
Well,
But I'm just
you
calling.
making a lot of Hurricanes fans mad.
Man, yeah,
I'm betting.
I know. See, Paul, that's why I ain't got on Zoe channel tonight because I know they were gonna get it. They gonna now you're a fake fan. Listen, my tattoo or the U's on my arm is never going away.
Yeah.
Never going away. But I just know this shit is not gonna get us by for a national championship. We get by literally escaping losses. You know what I'm saying? And you got to face the facts. The facts is that first of all, we in the COVID season. That's number one. You got to face the facts. Two, a lot of these teams either don't have players that don't got COVID, you know what I'm saying, or injured, or they replacing great starters, or for their team is great starters. They replacing them, or like Clemson, their whole team is in debacle right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think they still won or whatever, but their team is in debacle. But the reason why they can win is because of the fact they're developing players.
We're gonna
We're
see
not
if they can win against Notre Dame without their quarterback.
Well, that's as yet to be known. Did
It's
they
gonna
play
be
that? Did they play tonight?
Clemson play tomorrow. They play
Tomorrow?
tonight for y'all. But
Okay.
they play at Notre Dame, yeah.
Okay, so we'll see how that outcome comes. But my thing is, if they win against Notre Dame, that's because of development, and that's one
Right. It's
thing
'cause
that
depth. Yeah, they got depth and yeah.
depth in development, and
Yeah.
that's something that I know my team doesn't have because Manny hasn't shown it yet. Now, Red Lashley, I don't know. This is his first season of developing the players that he ran into, but next season to tell it all. But as of right now, he's dealing with players that Manny pretty much had to develop because of Eno. As far as offense, but as far as the total team wise, man, all that falls as far as development on Manny. That's it. That's his job to make sure you bring the coaches in that can do that.
Maiden Day, what's up? So my question is, what is the difference, do you think, between this year and last year when it comes to this team?
Ooh,
Because I mean, you gotta admit, y'all are winning games that you probably would have lost last year. Does
the
Derek
game.
King not get some of that credit?
Let me ask you a question. We played. Who we played? Let me ask you who we played.
So you play UAB,
Nobody.
play Louisville,
And they got a
play
cut.
Florida State.
I'm gonna break each one of them down for you. Louisville got a quarterback Cunningham and the wide receiver that's fast. Sure enough, defense is sorry as shit. Keep going.
Okay. Of course, Florida State. No, enough said there.
What y'all recovering? You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Yeah.
rebuilding pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Who y'all played after us? I forget who y'all played after us. I forget.
We had a bye week and then we played
a bye week
Clemson.
and then you played Clemson. Yeah, you had a bye
right.
week. You played Clemson. We know how that game went.
Yeah, returning everybody in development. Great. You get what I'm saying? Shut down.
Then you play. Was it Pitt?
Pitt, okay, Pitt got a good defense, not a good offense, but at the same time, the quarterback still came through okay. They
Virginia.
didn't. Virginia, okay. Bryce Perkins, period.
I felt like Virginia gave that game away too. If I'm being
Bryce
honest.
Bryce Perkins ain't there, period.
And then I think this game, right?
Yep.
And then this game.
NC State, who? Like we haven't played NC State in a couple of years. I mean they didn't have the top talent, but they damn sure came with it. They played with more energy. They played with more energy, and their quarterback threw better deep balls than we did. I'm just saying. And King, don't get wrong, King got feet, man. When I keep saying it, King got feet. I'm not gonna lie about that. He can run like a running back. He can run like a wide receiver. That's why the NFL scouts are looking at him at wide receiver at the most.
Oh,
Okay.
definitely. He's not going to be no NFL quarterback. If anybody thinks
Exactly.
that, you're delusional.
But you can't tell my Hurricane family that.
But he will
You
be
can't.
they'll use him in the NFL as some kind of athlete.
Panama Jack, it does take time for rebuilding. But at the same time, if you get named as a Heisman hopeful, you're supposed to be this Heisman quarterback, and you show me the same thing Perry can do, I'm not gonna accept that. I'm sorry. I mean, and then
May got a question for you.
uh,
You say NC State QB threw better deep balls
yeah,
tonight?
no question. No question.
No
question.
hesitation.
No question. No hesitation. No question. And see, and this thing about it, Manny brought in. Well, they said Red Lashley wanted Derek King to come in as the quarterback from transfer portal to run his offense. Okay, cool. You got the quarterback you wanted. You got the system you wanted. You got the coordinator you wanted. You got the chief of staff you wanted, and this is the best you can do. This is the best you can do, really.
Name what, May? What you talking about? Name the throws? Is that what you're trying to say?
May today, what's up with you, man?
I don't know. Again, I didn't start watching this game till the fourth quarter. At one point, I thought y'all was going to take the L, but I mean, y'all came back. But I mean, Bailey Hockman. I mean, y'all had Bailey Hockman looking like a good quarterback for a little bit. I think any Florida State fan in here let y'all know, Bailey Hockman is not the goods.
And see, they showing the highlights of the game right now. I'm watching it as we talk on ESPN. He threw two leading passes to two wide receivers in the end zone. Cool. I didn't say he can't throw deep passes. What I'm saying, he can't do it consistently. He definitely can't do that. Or no, he can't keep. He don't know how to keep leading wide receivers consistently either. All I'm seeing right now is run plays. I mean, all I see is run plays. I see about 3 or 4. He might have made 3 or 4 different deep passes, but it doesn't. You look at the rushing attempts compared to the passes from each game. It's more
You just feel like
attempts.
everything basically was run after the catch. Like he was throwing short passes and the receivers was making plays. That's what you feel like?
I mean, I've been saying they've been getting it to the wide receiver, the playmakers. That's all they're doing is getting the ball to the playmaker. I'm watching another pass right now. He throws another ball. Boom. Right to who that is, number 6. Hartley Jr. It was a mid-range pass. And he had to slide to catch that ball. Another slant pass I'm watching right now, Hartley running the ball after the catch. Okay. This is what I'm watching right now. Slant, and one or two mid-range, 1 or 2, 3 deep balls. Hey, I mean, cool, but it's yak yards. I mean, or rat yards, one or the other. It's not because of the fact he's leading them all the time. It's because of the fact they got to make them plays after the catch.
Panama say he threw some pretty balls to Pope and Wiggins.
I just said that, didn't I'm looking at the highlight. I'm literally telling y'all. I said he could throw a few passes like that, but can he throw them like that consistently? That's the question.
CJ not feeling it, man. He not feeling it.
I mean, you think about it, look at it like this. I'm gonna tell you about my delusional Hurricane family. They take the 3 or 4 touchdown deep passes as him throwing 6 to 8 of those deep passes like that. They think that he throwing 6 to 8, 10 passes deep, and they showed the last game we played. It was a wide receiver open deep. He could have hit, but guess what? He's too short. He had to roll out and throw the ball to the sideline. I'm just saying. That's not gonna win against Alabama, y'all. That's not gonna win against Clemson. You gotta open that defense up. All they're gonna do is just keep blitzing and try to see what your arm doing. That's just common sense.
I mean, y'all got to be doing something right. Y'all keep finding ways to win.
Yeah, it's called running a whole bunch of damn plays. That what Rhett Last should do. He tires the defense down with the amount of plays. If
You
you
do
look at
run y'all do got a very fast pace.
that's what
Like
I'm saying.
y'all got a very fast pace.
If Chip Kelly did that at Oregon, how you think they went to the next championship? Because they ran the ball. They kept running plays back to back. Come on, man. You can tire defense out like that. Anybody can do big plays. I can go back there and throw it to a player, and it's like 6 minutes left. We don't run the shit out of them damn plays.
I mean, yeah, because I'm watching the game, and there was some points where it's like, I feel like they would just tackle y'all. The next thing I knew, y'all was already lined up and ready to go again. I was like, damn, they running.
Exactly.
I got a fast paced offense out there. I say that.
That's that Chip Kelly shit, man. Chip Kelly was doing that shit at Oregon first. You know what I'm saying? That's how they went to the championship against Auburn. But guess what? Auburn had a better quarterback in a better situation at that time. They hang in there. If a team can hang in there with an offense that go fast, just enough just to win the game, they're gonna do it. But that's a great defense. That's like a Clemson or some shit like that, or Alabama. They can hang in there long enough just to win the game. But if you're a team that's just decent or mediocre, you're gonna lose because you're gonna run out of breath. And they expect, and this thing about it, they expect our defense to sit there and keep on defending when we running back-to-back plays and scoring fast or three and out fast. Our defense is gonna be tired of shit. So of course our defense is gonna look kind of weak.
Yeah, I was surprised on the defense. I was like, damn, they got Bailey Hockman out here looking like a damn real quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, I think see that's the thing about it. If our defense is on the field after a quick three and out, because we run offensive plays so fast, our defense out there on the field after three and out. Imagine how many times they rotate them defensive linemen in secondary. You don't rotate them as often because guess what? As Manny Diaz does, he likes to keep them and drain them the hell out. Just like how they used to have who that was at special team. We will put our running back or our star wide receiver at kick return or punt return and have them do that. And then come back and stay on the field to play their primary position. Like we draining these guys before they can actually do something on the field. Like it doesn't make any sense to do that. Let's put some of these freshmen in. They got speed. They might be little, they might be skinny, but Travis Benjamin was real little as hell, but the boy had speed.
I think you on your own tonight, CJ. Everybody pretty much saying King got off.
I mean, that's what I said. It's that desperate mode, man. And I hate to see my Kane family like that, but it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, yeah, we run. That's how they looking at it. It's the win column. This to me, this is the season for Miami to get recruits. This ain't the season for us to win a national. This ain't the season for us to win the ACC championship. This is the season to make a 9 and some record, at the most 10.
I mean, but that's okay though. Like, I mean, those are the steps you're supposed to take.
Yeah, but at the same time, the development ain't there either because it's gonna be a bigger problem.
That's the question because that's what we was getting on the other dude about New King.
Yeah,
he seems pretty content to continue to take the transfer portal guys, and that's what everybody was pretty much telling. Hey man, what you doing touching my camera? Stop. Everybody was pretty much telling them like, look, if y'all don't find like a real quarterback in the recruiting, y'all can't keep getting all these transfer players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what that development I was talking about coming into play. I mean, we have a Nicosi Perry that has switched from 3 different quarterback coaches in his 4 years being there. when we should have took more time and focusing on him at the most part instead of bringing in another quarterback. To be honest with you, and we got a Van Dyke that's from Cincinnati. Tyler Van
So
Dyke,
yeah,
that's his name.
who is this kid? Because he threw Van Dyke name out there like we was supposed to know who the hell he is.
Okay, Tyler Van Dyke is from Cincinnati. Since he was a 4 or 5 star quarterback that came out of Cincinnati, and he ain't lost a game in high school at all. And they saying in our practices in off season that he has matured a lot and he knows the playbook and blah 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 that good shit. But he's 6'3", 6'4", and weighed down there 200 some pounds, I think, 210, 205 or something like that. Oh, Caucasian, not saying no racist for real, but quarterback,
I probably
not a
have to
real.
look him up and see
Yeah,
what he
he's not
does.
a real mobile quarterback, but he got a little. He can do a little Aaron Rodgers run or whatever.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
but he has a real good arm from high school, so that's what everybody's talking about too. But like I said, if we knew any better as Miami, we should have developed Nicosi Perry way more. We should have looked more into Nicosi and developing Van Dyke. We should have took that more in favor, especially this season. We should have really had.
Maiden Day say Van Dyke ain't the guy.
Yeah, they say. Yeah, I mean, I ain't.
And
I
that's
mean,
a
I don't.
Hurricane Maiden Day the Hurricane fan. So
Yeah, I know. I know. He was on T2Y stuff, and
yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying that Van Dyke is the guy, but at the same time, like I said, they should have took more time with Perry, especially this season. This is like a COVID season. You should have instead of getting King, should let King went to Oklahoma or LSU or whatever. You should have let him went there, let him took his talents there because what I seen in his playing season at Houston, when it comes to playing a team out of a Power Five conference, he got shut down every time.
Well, my thing is like I'm not against taking D. Come on, man. I'm not against taking De'Aaron King. Um, my problem is like y'all trying to say that he's gonna be there for the next 2 years or so. Like, okay, you take De'Aaron King for the transfer for 1 year.
Mm,
A big time quarterback should have been like one of y'all main things in recruiting this year. And I don't even
right.
think y'all got a quarterback signed, if I'm not mistaken.
No, no. But
So, like,
but you got
where's that future quarterback gonna come
but
from? That's my
that
question.
that's where it fits in where they said Van Dyke is supposed to be that. Because
But
we got
Maiden Day just say Van Dyke ain't the guy.
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he is the guy because I ain't never seen him play in a college game. But that who Manny Diaz think it is, you know. Um that who Eno started with because that who really started recruiting him was man Enos. So
So
I
yeah, I
mean,
see a lot of Hurricane fans are really banking on Jake Garcia. So that'd be interesting to see where that go.
yeah, keep
Panama say I
waiting.
believe Mike Norvell is going to be a good QB develop. I'm very interested. I mean, I'm happy what Norvell has done with just Jordan Travis alone. I mean, wait till Norvell gets his guy, whether that's Purdy or whoever going forward. It's going to be real interesting to see what Norvell does at that court. I mean, just off the rip, our quarterback play has been better than it's ever been for the last 3-4 years. So
Yeah,
I agree
once
with you on that, Panama.
once Norvell get his guys in because right now he got a mixture of Taggart and Jimbo right now.
Absolutely.
So once he get his kind of players in, it'll be after this season. He start getting some of them in, but it'll work for him because the way he ran Tennessee when he was at Tennessee, they was smoking over there. They were doing their thing over there for real.
You mean
So
Memphis?
yeah,
Yeah.
when he was over there, they was on ESPN and they was winning games that you wouldn't think they won. So just give
Right.
him he need time. But I still think Florida State should have gave Will Taggart some time. But he was alive just like Norvell was. But hey, that's beside the point. But just give Norvell some time, man, and he'll be all right. He'll have a good 8 or 9 win season next season for y'all. He'll definitely have it.
I'll say that the way this season ended up playing out, and I know we still got 5 games left. Um, I was initially like, I didn't like the fact that they fired Willie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understood it because I didn't see any improvement. Like my thing with Taggart is, let me ask you, and you're a Hurricane fan, so you're on the outside looking in. Do you think Willie Taggart would have beat that North Carolina team, even if you think that North Carolina team was underrated or overrated? Like, do you think he would have beat that team?
Ooh, ooh. The way I look at Willie Taggart is how I look at Manny Diaz. I'll put it like this. That should be enough answer for you. Uh, I
Okay.
think, I think Willie was the first coach y'all had to never take y'all to a bowl game. So that's a negative to me. I mean, as far as firing him in the short amount of distance they did, you want to win. You don't want to lose, and then y'all didn't go to a bowl game his first season. I mean, most head coaches, now that they're supposed to be good, and he didn't come with a good back record either. You know that, right?
He really didn't.
He
I
didn't come with a
know.
good record.
I know.
So
He
they
came in
really,
for a state with a losing record.
yeah, he really didn't have a
What
good
they
track
were
record.
banking on was him. What's up, Drea? Hold on. What they were banking on was he was known for turning programs around or whatever.
How you turn the program around when Oregon was still sorry as hell when he
I
was
mean,
there?
because what they USF was a real bad team, then he ended up winning like 10 games with them. But it took him years to really get those like Western Kentucky. Taggart didn't have the great background. Oh, I absolutely know. But that was how they were selling him as he can turn bad teams around. And he was supposed to be a great recruiter because he's from Florida.
Mm. Well, yeah, that played out.
But yeah, my
Yeah.
problem, at the end of the day, my problem with Taggart, and I don't really talk much about Taggart over here, but my real problem with Taggart was, to me, the team looked the exact same from game one when he first took over against Virginia Tech to his last game against Miami. That team looked exactly the same with no improvement on any side of the ball. You're an offensive coach, but you can't sign a quarterback at any time in your entire tenure. Like, that was my problem.
Would I be wrong? Okay, this is what I was say. Would I be wrong to say the same thing about Manny? Because if you think about it, we won against the teams that wasn't
Not really.
not that good themselves. I mean, we five on what five well no 6-1. 5 or 6-1, whatever. We whatever the hell the score what the record is. I don't even care right now. But we whatever the fuck this shit is. And but at the same time, when we play pretty good damn teams, we struggle. We struggle hard as hell just to win those games that we should have lost. You know what I'm saying? We was a what 6 or something, no 7 something team last season. Went to a bowl. No, did we go to a bowl? Yeah, we went to a bowl game. Still lost that damn thing. Blowout. 14-0. So okay, true. We got a new coordinator. We got a chief of staff. Wow. But it still look damn near the same. It's just that we got a quarterback that's a running back that can try to pull us out of situation. Now if we go against a great defense, if we go against Virginia Tech, we're gonna go over in Virginia Tech and they defense pull up the stops. And we'll lose and we'll lose that game. Then what they gonna say? Oh, the offensive line did this. The wide receiver wasn't doing this. Defense is this. But at the same time, Manny Diaz had the same kind of situation as last season. Quarterback that can run every now and then. Deep ball accuracy is shaky. Defensive coordinators okay, not that good. It's the same shit from last season. I mean, the offensive coordinator looking pretty much mediocre right now because of the fact is we're not getting a lot of deep balls. We're not getting a lot of touchdowns. We're not getting a lot of passing touchdowns like that. We're getting a lot of rushing yards. We're getting a lot of rushing attempts. We're getting a lot of rushing everything. We're running the ball more because the fact is that our coordinator is not trusting the quarterback. Just like Enos didn't trust the quarterback from that season. It's the same scenario. So I mean, he doing the same thing as Will Taggart. Got a new offensive coordinator, right? Because y'all had Browse, right?
Yep.
Then I don't know if y'all had a chief of staff or not. I don't know about that part.
Under Willie, we did not.
Yeah. So, well, that's the only thing extra that Diaz did was just hire a chief of staff, and he doesn't have no real pull. So it's pretty much just have a new offensive coordinator, just like with the Taggart. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of the same direction, and it's still showing no improvement. Other than that, we pulling out a win that we should have lost. We celebrating Central Miss. We won against Central Miss last season, and Manny Diaz was in the locker room with the players celebrating like they just won an ACC championship. And that's how he still does the other games just like he did tonight. That's not improvement.
I feel
Why
you.
we got better talent than NC State? Why is the game so dang on close?
I mean, that's what I've been preaching. You know, everybody want to tell me it's the players at Florida State, and to a certain degree, it is the players. But all I know is, ain't no team in the ACC, unless you Clemson and maybe Miami, got 22 blue chip players on their defense, and yet we can't play no defense. Which I want to tell me it's the players and not the coaching. You feel me? So
Okay.
I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, and see, like look at this. This is what I'm saying. I fought with Hurricane Miller, and Hurricane Miller. We always go back and forth. I go back and forth with all my Hurricane fans. I don't care.
I mean,
I got different opinions.
pretty much every Hurricane fan that come on here is I fuck with because y'all don't, everybody on here keep it respectful. We good. Everybody
Yeah,
don't we good.
but you see what Hurricane Miller said. Pull that back up for me.
Which one? This one right here,
The
or
the 400 and something yards.
all right? Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about right here. Man, we thrown for over 434 yards tonight. Is that all passing yards? Or is that run after catches included? I want to ask that question. Is all that passing, or is that run after catches? Hurricane Miller, answer that for me, because I'm pretty sure that's run after catches included. Really, it's passing.
That's what he said. He said it's passing.
Hey, Paul, let me ask you a question. Do they not add on run after catches as passing yard?
Huh?
Don't do they not run? Do they not add up run after catches for the passing yard?
Absolutely.
Okay, then. So it's not
But there's
totally
also
passing.
a separate stat that is yak or rack or they yards after catch or run after catch. It's like the same stat, basically.
Exactly. So it's not totally all passing. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Panama. Yeah, I feel that. Hurricane say regardless, man, it's still passing.
But is that not delusional, bro? That's what I'm talking about? But you giving credit to King. But you giving credit King for the passing yards.
I think
Come on, bro.
like on that
Come
last
on, man.
touchdown y'all had that really gave y'all the lead. I think it was the last touchdown. King threw a good pass, but the wide receiver made, he ran all of that. Like,
Exactly.
so I mean, I guess it's 50-50. But I feel what you're saying, but at the same time, I understand. Like, I think tonight, I don't think King deserves any criticism. He don't deserve any criticism. You feel me?
I
Now,
mean,
there's other games I can look at and go, yeah, De'Aaron King ain't everything y'all hyped him up to be. But I think tonight he played how y'all was hyping him up all preseason. I remember Miami fans coming here talking about De'Aaron King done thrown 7 or 8 touchdowns in a scrimmage, and I'm like, bro, it's a scrimmage.
I ain't got nothing to
But
say.
tonight he ball. I mean, I think tonight you got to give him his credit. Now, other games we can definitely go back and watch tape of some other games where I'm like, hey, King don't really got it like that. But tonight, I think he did his thing.
I think he did pretty. Oh, he did decent.
You ain't gonna give him no credit.
I think he did pretty decent because I mean, you think about it. A lot of them drives he went through and out, so he pretty much dug himself out his own hole.
CJ not gonna give him no credit, maiden day. He just not gonna do it.
I gave him credit. He's a good running back. He got himself out his own hole. I gave him credit. I'm glad we got a win. I mean, but I'm not excited like everybody else is.
Mac say, would Miami had the same record with N'Kosi Perry?
I think it'd probably been a bigger score. because he gonna try them ball. He gonna throw interceptions, but
So
he gonna
would
try them.
y'all be? What are y'all? 5-1, 6-1? Would y'all be 5 or 6-1 with the Kosi Perry?
Mm,
Yes or no?
I don't know, man, because I ain't seen him play in this system. He played in this system in high school, and he won every game there. So I don't see why he couldn't do it better in college. I don't see why not.
You think the
Because
only thing for you think the only thing the Kosi Perry brings better than King is his arm, or what?
I think like for if I had to make the case, since I had to be advocate tonight, if I had to sit there and say expeditiously that Perry opens up to the point where they don't know if he's gonna throw or run because he can do both pretty damn good, pretty good, pretty good. And the reason why a lot of people gonna sit there and say no is because of the fact that what they seen last season when he was on the Eno. But people have to understand we run the pro style. We wasn't running what he ran out of high school, which is what we running right now. You know what I'm saying? So I think really Perry would have did better because he gonna throw some balls interceptions, but King threw some interceptions that didn't get caught. That's different. So my thing is that Perry has a better arm and he can run. He can still run. I ain't gonna say he's faster than Perry. I mean, King. He's not faster than King. I'm not gonna grant him that, but he can run it when he needs to. But that arm is what makes people nervous because if you see it last season when Jaren got took out and Perry came in, they had to play zone rather than blitzing, and it, huh?
So I always kind of said that. Like I felt like Jaron Williams would put y'all in a hole and Perry would bring y'all out of it.
Yeah, because
But
dang, I
then
don't
it
want
was
this.
like as soon as Perry made a mistake, y'all was quick to go back.
Well, I wasn't quick to go back. Dang,
No,
you
I
ain't making
mean
that
like the
noise.
coaching staff. I mean the coaching
Dang,
staff was quick to go back. TJ, did I lose you? You might have lost him again. Android, TJ, you got to get off that Android. Yeah, CJ, we lost him again. CJ got to get off that Android. I don't know what is wrong with CJ. Always this Android stay dying, and this that boy got the damn Boost Mobile 2005 special on that damn cell phone. But this stream went better than I thought it was gonna go, guys. We lost CJ because that damn Boost Mobile he got. But this stream went better than I thought. A little late night stream. I knew Miami. Everybody was gonna be on Zoe's chat tonight because y'all won the game. But I just want to get on here. CJ pretty much filled in for T2Y tonight, so shout out to CJ and shout out to T2Y. I know he couldn't come on. I feel him. I'm not mad. Um, this was a good episode tonight, guys. So thanks to everybody who came in here. You're definitely gonna see me tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live, after Florida State and Pitt go at it. Hopefully, we talking about a win. I'm not predicting one, but I'll let y'all call me negative and tell me I'm a Florida State hater. I get that a lot, but it is what it is. Perry ain't played, so he can't be in the discussion. Yeah, he need to keep that phone charged, Panama. I don't know what's going on with CJ. Good night or good morning, like Panama say to everybody. CJ has to realize that Nkosi was dealt a bad hand with Miami and Rick and terrible OCs and Dan Enos, but he got to move on. CJ, as you can see, made CJ not moving on. He can't give King any credit, even when King balled. I thought King balled tonight. I'll be quick to tell you that I don't think King is everything y'all hyping him up to be, but King came out here and balled tonight. I mean, over 500 total yards, 5 touchdowns. You can't be mad at De'Aaron King. That defense did not show up tonight until the end. Had Bailey Hockman looking like Phillip Rivers out there for a little bit. But yeah, this is Noles After Dark over here on 863 Seminole TV. And I will see y'all tomorrow evening for Saturday Night Live. And of course, I'll have my halftime reaction to Pitt and Florida State. So stay on the look for that. If this was Perry number, CJ, well, you know. You know. But hey, we've been on here for 2 hours. I'ma head out. Thanks everybody who came in here. Hit the like button on your way out. If you didn't hit the like button on your way in, this was Knowles After Dark over here on 863 Seminole TV. Haters continue to hate, and the supporters, please continue to support because I appreciate every single one of you. Stay classy, Seminoles, and stay crabby, Cane fans. And we out you.